Friends, this is the last session of the CAD/CAM mechanism. How ischial containment socket was evaluated. In first attempts, to change the quadrilateral design, slant the ischial seat of the quadrilateral socket in the frontal plane upward laterally at about a 30 degrees angle, rather than leaving it horizontal, so as to increase the weight bearing and thus rely less on the ischial tuberosity. It is considered as first-generation effort. CAD/CAM means contoured adducted. Trochanteric controlled. Alignment method. Then, keep the femur in the adduction position. Provides a medial directed force just above the distal end of the amputated femur. And hold the ischial tuberosity in the posterior medial position within the socket by applying the counter pressure on the lateral wall at the ischial level. Weight is transferred from the conical shape around the ischial tuberosity. Medially, weight is transferred from the IT. Laterally, weight is transferred from the subtrochanteric area. This creates a narrow mediolateral dimension and the resultant weight transfer force passes through the hip joint. An article is available online for full details. Biomechanical need to stabilize the body weight in the sagittal plane, coronal plane and transverse plane of an amputee with the prosthesis. Sagittal plane. In the early stance phase, the firing of ipsilateral hip extensor muscles is required to stabilize the prosthetic knee for transferring body weight from a sound limb to a prosthetic limb. And in the late stance phase, the firing of hip flexion muscles action is required to create the prosthetic knee flexion. Coronal plane. Single limb standing on the prosthetic limb. The firing of the gluteus medius muscle against the adducted femur within the socket is required for coronal plane stabilization. It reduces the lateral trunk banding. Transverse plane. To reduce transverse rotation, socket fit must be optimized to match the individual's limb volume or accommodations must be made for muscle contractions.